Have you ever wondered how traders always find good stocks to trade? They use a stock scanner. I personally use Trade Ideas for my scanner, and in this video I'm going to show you how to set up Trade Ideas to find the best stocks to trade. Trade Ideas lets you create custom filters in order to find specific stocks that you are looking for, and that could be based on volume, float, market cap, etc. You can see on the left side I have different windows for specific stocks that I'm looking for. I'll explain to you what each scanner does, what I use it for, and I'll show you my settings. Go to your menu bar and click New, and here you can see all kinds of different windows that you can create. They also offer charting, and there's even a single stock window that lets you see specific information about that specific stock. For example, you can manually search for a stock, or you can click one of the stocks that are in your scanners and it will automatically show up in that window. Let's say you want to look at the stock REV. Here you can see the float size, the short float percentage, the market cap, the volume, etc. You can also see the news based on that stock. There's even a profile, and you can even see the insiders trading activities. The first window that we're going to go over is called gappers, and this is the first thing that I look at every morning during pre-market. So during pre-market, I look for stocks that have gapped up. The most important thing to pay attention to is the price, the gap percentage, the float, and of course the volume. Stocks that gapped up usually have a lot of volume, and this could be an indication that that stock might continue in that direction. I use the scanner to find potential runners, and if the stock gapped up more than 70%, then that might be a good short opportunity. Let me show you how I set up the gapper scanner. Go to your menu bar and click New, click on Top List Window, and make sure the category is set to All Filters. Click Window Specific Filters. For float, I leave the minimum blank, and for the maximum, I put 50 million shares. I like to keep the stock float under 50 million shares. That way the stock can have the potential to run. The bigger the float, the slower the price will move because there's just too many shares. For example, Apple's float size is 16 billion. And if you take a look at the movement since yesterday, it only moved from $163 and it dropped to $160. That's a $3 move, which is 1.84%. If you take a look at REV, it only has a float size of 7.7 mil. It was at $4.50 yesterday, and today it hit a high of $10.75. That's a 138% increase in price since yesterday. Low floats are great for trading because you're in and out of your position within the same day. The lower the float, the more volatile the stock will be. Keep in mind, these low floats drop just as fast as they increase. The bigger floats like Apple are better for long-term investments because the price is more stable. Now for price, I put a minimum of $1 and a maximum of $20. I don't like trading stocks under $1 because they're just not worth the risk. I put a maximum of $20 because it's much easier for a stock to hit 100% if it's less than $20. For example, it's much more common to see a $5 stock reach $10 or even $15 in one day compared to a $20 stock that hits $40 or even $60 in one day. But they do happen, just not as common as the lower price stocks. Scroll to the bottom, and for market cap, I put 1 billion max. Small caps are more volatile than big caps. Now for the gap, I put a minimum of 4% and negative 4% for the maximum. I like to see stocks that have gapped up a minimum of 4% because that means there's still room to run. If the stock already gapped up 70%, then it might not run as much. Therefore, this will be a much better short opportunity. And that's because traders might start taking profits soon. Click on the Exchanges tab and checkbox the first 4 options: NYSE Stock Exchange, NYSE Arca, Amex, and NASDAQ. Click on the symbol list, click on the drop-down menu, and choose Exclude the following lists, and click on Add Existing Lists, and choose ETFs, Indexes, and Special NYSE Symbols. I only want to focus on individual stocks. Once you're done with that, click on the Columns tab. For the selected columns, I chose Price, Volume Today, Relative Volume Ratio, Gap Percentage, Company Name, Earnings Date, Volume, Float, and Short Float Percentage, and lastly, Market Cap. On the Sort tab, just leave it to the biggest on top. And lastly, click on Summary tab. Here, you can create a name for this window. I just put gappers, so I know that this scanner is for stocks that gapped up. Let's take a look at some gapper examples from the scanner. The first one is AMTD. It gapped up over 400%. Nice move in the pre-market. It went from $2 to $14, and then it dropped during market open. This was a good short opportunity during pre-market, leading into market open. The next one is APDN. This one gapped up 96%. It started today at 70 cents and it went as high as $4.40. You see these gaps on the chart? This is because APDN halted, meaning there was temporary suspension on the trades and it halted multiple times today. So last one, let's take a look at OST. Nice price action after market open. It went from $2 to $3.30. Okay, now let's take a look at the high of day momentum scanner. This scanner finds stocks that have hit a new high for the day. For example, let's take a look at MTC. You can see here it was picked up on the scanner because it reached a new high of the day, which is at $3.20. This scanner is great for possible breakout plays, momentum plays, and possibly even shorts. To get this set up, click New and click on Alert Window. On the search tab, make sure to set it to All Alerts and Filters. On the Select Alerts tab, checkbox New High Filtered. After that, click on Windows Specific Filters. For float, I put a maximum of 50 million shares and the price from $1 to $20. The change from close is 4% minimum. I put 2.5 minimum for the relative volume. For the volume today, I put a minimum of 200,000. Volume is very important when it comes to trading. 200K pre-market should be the minimum. I also put 25 for the minimum daily average volume. On the exchange tab, I put NYSE, NYSE ARCA, AMEX, and NASDAQ. On the symbol list tab, I excluded ETFs, indexes, and special NYSE symbols. For the columns, I chose price, volume today, relative volume ratio, change in 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, and 30 minutes, the short float percentage, change from close percentage, the total float, and the market cap. Go to the summary tab, and here you can create a window name for this scanner. Click OK once you're done. Okay, so I have a few more scanners, but rather than going through each setting, I'll just go over what each one does. And if you want these settings, just let me know and I'll give it to you for free. This momentum scanner scans for stocks that are gaining momentum upwards. Take a look at MTC. I use this scanner to scalp runners. The daily breakout scanner scans stocks that are breaking out of the daily time frame. Take a look at REV. It broke out of the daily resistance. I also have a VWAP scanner, and this detects if the scanners are trading way above or way below the VWAP. Again, take a look at MTC. It's well above the VWAP, indicating a bullish momentum. A few other scanners that are here are high volume movers, low float action, new top list, and new range high. Make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching.